Hello everyone, in this video I'll be doing a short review of Citta or Citta Season 1 Episode 1. Citta is a series which is available on MeWatch right now. I'll put the links below in the description so you can check them out. The themes that this series revolves around, or which is based on, is actually crime and mental health issues. This series is rated NC-16. Each episode is roughly about 30 minutes long, and there are 8 episodes in this series. So, okay, let me get to the description of this episode. So, a married couple is murdered in a gruesome manner. Detective Maran, who is played by Janesh, is tasked to handle this case as his final one. Satya, played by Arvind Naidu, has a chance meeting with his former college mate Shalini, and they decide to catch up for dinner. And Teja, who is played by Dinesh Kumar, is an introverted kitchen staff who gets bullied by his boss and colleagues. Okay, so at the opening of the episode, we see the murder scene there, and there is this someone who is dancing or kind of like in a trance-like state, and there's a person who is lying on the floor, who we can presume to be dead already. And after that, it moves to Satya, who is played by Arvind Naidu. He's being interviewed, or rather in a session with his therapist or counselor. She's asking him some questions and saying that she'll give him a chocolate each time that he answers the question. So in that state, he is 10 years old. He's answering as a 10-year-old boy, and we find out that when he's in that state, he is permanently thinking of himself as being 10 years old, and we do not know why he is in that state. So we can assume that is one of his personalities. Then following that, I don't remember the exact sequence, so I just tell you what I saw. So then after that, Detective Maran, we see he's being tasked to take up this case, and we see that he feels that he has done his job already, and there's nothing really left for him in his current career. So he's planning to move overseas, for both for himself and his family. He wants to take up a job as a lecturer, and also spend more time with his family. So his colleague encourages him to come and just take on this case as a final one, and he commits to the case. Okay, then next we see Satya, who is played by Arvind Naidu. He's just going jogging, and he bumps into his former college mate Shalini, played by Vimala Velu, and they have a short conversation, and she asks him what is he doing and vice versa. So he says he is running his own business, and she says that she is a journalist, and she invites him to catch up over dinner, and he agrees. And so they go for dinner date, and so he is asking her about, so he how he says that she and her friends like didn't interact or speak with him during the college days, and he asks why is that, and she says that she will answer if he does not get angry, and he says he won't get angry. So she tells him that, he always used to act weirdly, like listen to music, or suddenly run, those kind of things. So that they found him to be weird, so that's why they didn't speak to him. And so hearing this kind of triggers him, and he says that, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, and he goes to the toilet and closes the store, and puts on his earpiece. Before he does that, there's a short few seconds where he kind of like he gets angry and he wants to say something, but he stops. And that in that state, we see like he transforms to another kind of personality, but just for a few seconds, and then he comes back to his worried, the anxious kind of state, and he puts on his earpiece and listens to music, and that kind of helps him to calm down. And after he washes his face and goes out and sits down, and they continue with the dinner. So the next thing that happens, Teja, played by Dinesh Kumar, the very first time we see him coming is he's just walking under the block, walking to work, and he just looks like a very pitiful kind of character. He just looks like, the kind of look you get when you don't sleep and don't eat for 2 or 3 days. That kind of look. He has that kind of aura about him, like he just been beaten by life. He's just walking like kind of like a zombie to his workplace. And we see that he is working as a kitchen staff, and he is bullied by all of his colleagues, his boss and his fellow kitchen staff. They just treat him like kind of like garbage and scold him. They trip him up. They abuse him with bad words. They lay their hands on him. They punch him, all that kind of thing. So he's just really in a kind of pitiful state. Following that, we see Detective Maran, played by Janesh. He goes to the house where the murder happened, and he and his colleague, they are just talking about his career and the work, and they find like a kind of a clue where the female victim, her blood is on the floor in a smiley face pattern. And we can see that Detective Maran is very passionate about putting the criminals behind bars. So even though he says that even though yes, they are mentally ill, but they committed a crime, so it is our duty. He's talking to his colleague. He says that it is our duty as officers to put them behind bars and to bring justice. And yeah, so basically that's what I remember from the episode. Okay, so I'm familiar with Janesh and Arvind Naidu's work because I've seen them act in various dramas. By the way, I don't mean any offense, because I believe all of the cast and crew are older than me. So I just address you all by name because it's easier to say it that way. But I give you the due respect for your age. So Janesh. I'm familiar with Janesh and Arvind Naidu's work because I've seen them in dramas like Vasanth dramas like Nijangal and Vete and those kind of dramas. Yeah, I know they are performers. They can perform, so they have clearly proven it before, and they have done so in this series so far as well. So Arvind Naidu's character is very interesting. We see him like as a person with many kind of personalities, and he played the part of the child personality very well, as well as the other personality. He's very normal and very polite, very patient kind of character. And the short few seconds he turns into a kind of angry kind of character, So we can see that it has been set up. How about, and we can expect more personalities to come out as the episodes go along. So that will be very interesting. Janish is very kind of strict, not really strict. A very, we can say, a very focused officer. He's very focused on his duties, but he's also a loving husband and a loving father who wants to take care of his family, but also a very committed police officer. Uh, and seeing him in this role as Detective Maran is kind of reminiscent of the role he played in Vete. I'm not sure. I think season 2 he was a police officer as well. So this was kind of reminiscent of that for me. Okay, so then next will be Dinesh Kumar. So Dinesh Kumar, he just carried out the role as how we would imagine a person would be, a very introverted, very, a person who might have mental illness. By the way, in the episode he is called as a mentally ill, or rather he's scolded and slandered. So we see that he basically plays that part very well. He played that part very well, and he was always very responsive and very patient and very like shying away from confrontation, and always trying to he even though people treat him so badly, but he tries to say like it's okay, or like he just wants to move away, he just wants to kind of like escape from it, and he just wants people to just let him go. Like his state is like one where he's accepted his reality. Like he's this guy who's bullied a lot, but he also like doesn't want, he's not doing anything to change it, or rather he feels like he cannot change it, so he just wants to escape from the people and the situations. So he played that part very well to me. And yeah, this at the end of this episode, I feel interested to know what happens to all of these three. These are the three main characters: Detective Maran, Satya, and Teja. So I feel interested to see where their characters will go along, and how they will change and evolve through the episodes. So there are about 7 more episodes left in this series, and I think it is a good effort, and definitely it is worthy to commend the effort, because this can be sensitive topics, especially mental health is still kind of taboo in society. Well, nowadays it has more acceptance, but it's still kind of taboo, in some societies. So I appreciate that the cast and crew committed and made this project to kind of shed a light on the issues that we may ignore in otherwise. So this series is written, produced, and directed by Daniel. I believe I pronouncing your name correctly, brother. Daniel Saravanan. And there are many other cast and crew, but I didn't list them down. But I'll try to list them down according to the characters in the following reviews that I do. So this episode, it is kind of I consider it to be a bit I consider it to be very realistic, because the way the interactions happen, there are some things we cannot say on TV because it will be censored off, but here we see it to be a very realistic story that may happen. It may even These kind of things, I believe it may even happen in real life, but it's just that we do not know about it, and we do not pay much attention to this kind of things unless they are brought to our attention. So yeah, I do not know what else to say about it, but I feel very interested to see the character arc, the evolution of these three main characters, and also what other characters who will be introduced in the following episodes. Uh, so yeah, basically that's it. As I mentioned, the links to watch the series will be placed below in the description. So if you like this video, then give me a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you think that there is anything I can improve on, or if you have watched the series already, you can mention your comments about what are your thoughts about this first episode, or if you have watched other episodes, you can even comment that what are your thoughts, what is your review on the series. So watch Citta on Me Watch, okay? And that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. Goodbye. And